Namaste students, myself Dr. Swathi KS, Assistant Professor, Department of Arishta and BHAISHAJYA KALPANA, JAYOTI VIDYAPEETH-Quality University, JAIPUR. So today we'll deal regarding the topic of the quality control of the ASAVA and ARIHSTA. Coming to the introduction, so quality control is an essential operation of any industry. So proper quality control ensures more effective utilization of available resources and reduction in cost of production. So drugs must be marketed as safe and therapeutically active formulations whose performance is consistent and predictable. For that, sophisticated physicochemical methods are being developed for their evaluation. The definition: quality control is a system of inspection, analysis, and action applied to a manufacturing process so that by inspecting a small portion of the product currently produced, an analysis of its quality can be made to determine what action is required on the operation in order to achieve and maintain the desired level of quality. The purpose for to identify the drug and detect adulteration as well as the substitution and provide the reference standards for the future purpose and to confirm and reconfirm quality, purity, efficacy and safety in use of any pharmaceutical product. Parameters for the ASAVA and ARIHSTA. There are various standard operating procedures for checking the quality of ARIHSTA and ASAVA. They are like pH, alcoholic content, reducing and non-reducing sugar, specific gravity, refractive index, and viscosity. Coming to the pH, there is a negative logarithm of the H plus concentration in a given solution. It describes the acidity or alkalinity of the solution, and pH is an important factor in taste and safety. So importance, each formulation has an optimum pH value, and if the pH value is too high or too low, it is likely that it won't taste right or that safety has been compromised by some foreign substance. In medicines, pH is measured in order to check chemical reaction in production. Since medicines are taken into the human body, the strictest quality control is required. So if there is a big difference in pH between drugs and body, the results could be disastrous. And if a medicine is of wrong pH, that medicine could be a poison. So next, alcohol content. The percentage of ethanol by volume is at 25 degrees centigrade. So apparatus, round bottom flask with the distillation head and steam trap attached to a fractionating column. So uses to determine the acceptable alcohol content of the preparation and reducing and non-reducing sugar. So sugar that in basic solution forms, some aldehyde and ketone are reducing sugar. So reducing sugar includes glucose, fructose, glyceraldehydes, lactose, arabinose, and maltose. So Benedict's reagent and filling solution are used. So the reducing sugar reduces the copper ions and then this test solution to copper, which then forms a brick red copper oxide precipitate. So specific gravity. The specific gravity is a way of relating the density of an object to the density of water and to determine whether or not the object will float. So specific gravity measures the concentration of all chemical particles in the solution. So if an object specific gravity is less than 1, then the object will float, and if the object has a specific gravity of greater than 1, it sinks. So the dense object sinks in water and less dense objects floats. So next, viscosity. It is the property of a liquid which is closely related to the resistance to flow. So Brookfield viscometer deals with the liquids and semisolids. So viscosity measurements are made in conjunction with the product quality and efficacy. So importance. So measurement of viscosity is the most sensitive or convenient way of detecting chances of color, density, stability, and solids contents and molecular weight. Next, refractive index. Refractive index is one of the fundamental physical properties to assess the composition or purity of the substance, help in identify or confirm the identity of a sample by comparing its refractive index to the known values, and to assess the purity of a sample by comparing its refractive index to the value for the pure substance, to determine the concentration of a solute in a solution, and by comparing the solution's refractive index to a standard curve, and it is used to determine the amount of sugar in the sugar solution and in general. Coming to the discussion, ASAVA and ARIHSTA are a unique dosage form discovered by Ayurveda having indefinite shelf life, and it was said that the older the better it is. In almost all traditional system of medicine, the quality control aspect has been covered by careful observation of skillful physicians. So today, quality assurance is a thrust area for the evaluation of traditionally used medicinal plants and herbal formulation. So medicinal plant parts should be authentic and free from microbial contamination. And WHO has set specific guidelines for the assessment of safety, efficacy, and quality of herbal medicines as a prerequisite for the global harmonization. ASAVA and ARIHSTA are the oral Ayurvedic formulation which have been used as a tonic since many decades. These formulation have been proved its importance and vitality as a tonic in many physiological conditions. So its standardization has its own importance to check many of its properties as an oral formulation for its stability and prospective. So coming to the conclusion, so traditional Ayurvedic formulations are losing their value in international market. ASAVA and ARIHSTA, the self-fermented products, can undergo continuous chemical transformation, which goes on beyond hydroalcoholic extraction of the suspended material. And this periodic assessment is essential for the quality assurance and safer use of herbal drugs. So alcohol percentage, pH, viscosity, diffractive index, reducing and non-reducing sugar, and specific gravity can be considered as a basic tool for the quality control measures of ARIHSTAs and ASAVAs to improve their acceptance. This will mark as ARIHSTA and ASAVA scientifically validated products for the betterment of human life. So if any queries, please mention in the comment box so I can resolve it. Thank you.